The intensity is rising, and the stakes have never been higher for the Boston Celtics. Superstar Jaylen Brown is opening up about his historic decade with the franchise, reflecting on his journey from a rookie to a seasoned champion who is still hitting his prime. Brown is not taking a single moment of this postseason run for granted as he prepares to lead Boston back to glory.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The playoff bracket is officially set, and we are looking at a massive showdown between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey and his squad are ready to challenge the East's second seed, even as questions swirl around the health and status of superstar Joel Embiid. This series is shaping up to be a tactical war that you absolutely cannot miss. The road to the championship officially runs through TD Garden as the Boston Celtics find out their path begins against the Philadelphia 76ers. While Boston enjoys the rest advantage and the return of a healthy Jason Tatum, Philadelphia is fighting to overcome injury, adversity, and historical odds to pull off a massive upset. The tension between these two rivals is already boiling over before tip-off. Philadelphia is buzzing with energy after the Sixers punch their ticket to the playoffs, with fans already chanting their desire to take down Boston in a high-stakes series. Between Allen Iverson making a courtside appearance and the Flyers sparking a winning culture in the city, the atmosphere is electric as the Sixers look to settle some unfinished business. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on every single playoff move. Think about how rare it is for a superstar to find a home and actually flourish there for a decade. In an era of constant trade rumors and superteam hopping, Jaylen Brown is a complete anomaly. Entering his 10th season with the Boston Celtics, Brown hasn't missed the playoffs even once. That is absolute insanity. And when you look at the synergy between him and Jason Tatum, it is clear we are watching one of the most successful pairings in modern NBA history. 9 straight postseason trips, 5 conference finals, 2 trips to the big stage, and that coveted 2024 ring. Most franchises would kill for just a fraction of that resume. But Brown isn't just resting on those accomplishments. He told reporters recently that he sees this as a historic run, acknowledging that while they let some golden opportunities slip through their fingers in the past, every loss was a lesson. And let's talk about that volume of experience. 135 playoff games. That is a lifetime of pressure, intensity, and growth. What is truly terrifying for the rest of the league, though, is that Brown isn't satisfied. He is coming off his best season yet he is convinced he is still getting better. He feels like he is just now entering his prime, and honestly, looking at his trajectory, why would you doubt him? As Boston eyes another deep run this spring, the mission remains the same. Repeat. Do you think this duo has another ring in them, or is the pressure finally catching up? Hit that like button if you think the Celtics are running it back, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. After all, greatness isn't about reaching the top, it's about having the hunger to stay there. What happens when an unstoppable juggernaut hits a mystery box? We are about to find out, as the Boston Celtics kick off their playoff run against the Philadelphia 76ers. Boston is aiming for their 12th consecutive postseason appearance, but this year feels different. Despite losing 4 key rotation pieces and missing Jason Tatum for a massive chunk of the season, they are still widely considered the team to beat in the East. It is absolute dominance, plain and simple. But then you look at Philly. They are the ultimate wild card. Tyrese Maxey is an electric spark plug, but the massive dark cloud hanging over this series is Joel Embiid. Dealing with an appendectomy right at the end of the regular season, his availability is the biggest, if in the playoffs. Without him, the Sixers struggle to find efficiency. They simply don't have the firepower to keep up with the Celtics machine. If Embiid isn't at 100%, Philly is essentially looking at a win-ugly scenario. And in a 7-game series against a team as disciplined as Boston, that is a losing battle. For Boston, this series isn't about the opponent. It is about their own focus. We have seen them lose their way before, letting leads slip through their fingers when they get complacent. They need to keep their foot on the gas and not settle for bad shots. If Derek White can shake off his shooting slump and rediscover that lethal playoff form we have seen from him in years past, the Celtics' offense becomes nearly impossible to slow down. Keep an eye on rookie VJ Edgecombe for Philly as well. He is going to get a crash course in high-stakes basketball, and the way he handles the pressure of a championship contender will be a major subplot to watch. Ultimately, Boston is deeper, faster, and more experienced. While the Sixers might steal a game if Embiid plays, it is hard to bet against the Celtics advancing. They are clinical, they are hungry, and they are built to win right now. Will we see a clean sweep, or can Philly pull off the miracle of the season? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know your predictions in the comments below. After all, the road to the finals is paved with upsets. Will this be one of them? The waiting game is officially over, and basketball fans, get ready for a heavyweight clash because the stage is set for the 2026 NBA playoffs. After a nail-biting play-in tournament, the Philadelphia 76ers punched their ticket as the 7th seed by taking down a struggling Orlando Magic squad, and that sets up a massive showdown. The Boston Celtics against their historic rivals, the Sixers. This rivalry runs deep, dripping with decades of animosity and legendary battles. Boston has held the upper hand historically, winning 15 of their 22 playoff series against Philly, including a streak of 6 straight wins. Remember that 2023 Classic that went to 7 games? It was an absolute thriller, though both teams ended up empty-handed by the end of that postseason. Now, the context is entirely different. They split the season series 2-2, but keep in mind, those games happened before Jason Tatum returned to the floor from his Achilles injury. The real wild card here is Joel Embiid, who is currently sidelined recovering from an appendectomy with no clear timetable for his return. If Philly has to go into TD Garden without their franchise anchor, the Celtics, who are well-rested after closing their regular season with a lighter rotation, are going to be an incredibly tough out. Boston holds home court advantage, with the series kicking off in front of their home crowd on April 19 and 21. If you're a Celtics fan, you love the rest advantage, but if you're a Sixers supporter, you're praying for an Embiid miracle. Will Boston continue their postseason dominance, or can Philly pull off an upset for the ages? Hit that subscribe button to keep up with all our playoff coverage, and drop a comment below. Does Philadelphia stand a chance if Embiid remains on the bench? In the playoffs, you truly never know what script is waiting to be written. If you ever needed proof that Philadelphia bleeds sports, look no further than the absolute electric factory that was the Xfinity Mobile Arena this week. The Sixers just punched their ticket to the playoffs with a gritty 109-97 win over the Magic, and honestly, the vibes in the city are currently immaculate. We're talking about a crowd that was screaming, "We want Boston," before the final buzzer even hit 0. It's that classic Philly confidence, or perhaps a bit of madness, that makes this city the best sports town in America. This win wasn't just about basketball, it was a total cultural moment. We saw Flyers stars Denver Barkey and Porter Martin ringing the ceremonial bell to channel some of that playoff luck, and they were joined by the legend himself, Allen Iverson, sitting courtside in those iconic throwback threads. The atmosphere was a perfect reflection of a fan base that genuinely loves its teams through every high and low. Now the road gets significantly tougher. The Sixers are heading into a first-round series against the Celtics, and let's be real, there is some serious history here. The last time they met in the first round, Boston handed Philly a clean sweep. But ask any fan in the arena, and they'll tell you this feels different. There's a sense of unfinished business hanging in the air. Even without Joel Embiid at full strength, the local faithful are already manifesting a 7-game thriller, banking on Tyrese Maxey to keep putting on a show like he did with his 31-point masterclass against Orlando. From fans losing bets and being forced to wear eye black, to lifelong friends trading trash talk about which city is softer, this game proved that Philly sports aren't just about the scoreboard, they're about the community. It is a wild, beautiful, high-stakes ride, and it's only just beginning. So tell me in the comments, can the Sixers actually take down Boston, or is this just wishful thinking from a fan base that never stops believing? Smash that like button, subscribe for more Philly sports insanity, and remember, in this town, the game never really stops.